So let's jump straight into another draft. We are getting there with the ranked Theros Beyond Death best of one. I would say you don't get as much freedom as you do in the best of three. Because of the amount of enchantments, the ability to sideboard, to get the plummets, to get all of the enchantment removal spells is key. But best of one is by far my favourite format just for the sheer speed of it. So we start off with a very sort of ropey pack. So Treacherous Blessing is good. You that card draw is really powerful, but you do need a way to get rid of this enchantment, because if you don't, you'll just keep losing life. So you either want to be in a black-white life gain deck, or you want to be in a black-red sacrifice deck where you can get rid of it really quickly. Banishing Light is an excellent removal spell. Exile target non-land permanent. One of the downsides is that permanent does remain in play until Banishing Light gets removed, and then it comes back. So it is possible that your opponent can get that card back if they do have an enchantment removal, which, as I was saying, is quite plentiful in this format. Anything else here? The Itchy Fish is good. It's a nice piece of removal. I wouldn't really want to be picking it first, however. So for me here, and also the Wave Rider is another very decent card at common. So for me here, it would be either the Banishing Light or the Treacherous Blessing. I think the card draw in black is very powerful. But I'd only play it if I could get rid of it. So I would have to be in that Sacrifice-S deck. I'm going to pick it up and just to see what else we get in this pack. Okay, so very much not really the right deck to have this in, judging by these cards. So we have the Soul Reaper of Mogis, which I always like to have in the sacrifice deck, but this can only sacrifice creatures and not enchantments, so we don't want this enchantment, if we do play it, to be around on the deck too long. The Singer is good. It's a nice little combat trick that you can play on your opponent's turn. It's really nice in the red-blue deck. Really fits well. And again, we have a second Wave Rider. One thing that one card that I really like. Well, there is a Relentless Pursuit, which is excellent. You can put 2 cards in your graveyard and get 2 others, so it does fuel that escape. I do really like playing Hydra's Growth. Lots of people don't, just because you can get 2 for 1. But I constantly find myself losing to this card. It's just so powerful unless your opponent has the right tools to deal with it. So I think I'm going to pick up the Hydra's Growth and see if we can make a auras based deck. Okay, so here I'm going to put this black card into the sideboard. In terms of our uncommon card, Sweet Oblivion, I'm not a big fan of. Dawn Evangel, when the creature dies, if an aura you controlled was attached to it, return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to their hand. Now that sort of recursion is good. Whether or not there are enough cards with that ability, whether or not there are enough 2 mana creatures that's going to be in your deck to really see that come to light is a different matter. So for me here, I'm torn between the Pegasus, which is really nice. It's lovely to get a bit of life gain. If we add the Hydra's Growth onto it, it becomes unstoppable. And also the Ferocious Typhon, which is, in my opinion, one of the best green commons. I think I'm going to pick up the Typhon. It is just a powerhouse, especially in the late game. And now we do have the option of a second growth, but I don't think I'm even that cocky enough to pick that up. But we do have Warbriar's Blessing, which is an excellent removal spell. It buffs your creature and then allows you to fight. So if we pop it on the Typhon, we can kill anything with toughness 4 or less. Okay, so here, this is where we need to make a decision. Again, not too fussed about the Dawn Evangel. The Storyteller is nice in that when it enters the battlefield, you may put a target enchantment card from your graveyard to the top of your library, so you can bring back either the Blessing or the Growth. Mogus's Favour is an excellent black card. It just kind of chips away damage. Can really deal with those smaller creatures. The Loathsome Chimera is nice, especially if we do build that graveyard synergy. And also the Hierophant's nice to actually put the cards in the graveyard in the first place. So for me, I'm torn between the Storyteller just for the recursion, the Hierophant and the Chimera. I think we can pick up Chimeras later. I'm going to pick up a Storyteller just to see whether the white story develops. Okay, which from this it doesn't. The best card in the pack for me is the Wave Rider. If we are playing lots of enchantments, just getting this ability to fly every turn is going to be big stuff. A Plummet, as I was saying, is nice. Do you put it in your main deck in best of one? So-so. Sometimes I would. It very much does depend though. Okay, so as we are making the decisions, for me it's either the Mantle or the Sentinel's Eyes. If we do end up in blue, we'd like the Mantle. If we end up in white, we'd like the Sentinel Eyes. Both cards are easy enough to pick up, so I think I'm going to go for Sentinel's Eyes at the minute. And here, okay. So blue seems very out of it at the minute, unless we pick up some more. Revoke Existence is nice, exiling a target artifact or enchantment, so that can hit some creatures. So it's very important to kind of deal with that. Relentless Pursuit, as we were saying, is excellent in terms of not only fueling the graveyard for Typhon to get it back, but also grabbing a creature and a land. And the Chimera. I think I'm going to go with the first Relentless Pursuit. And because I obviously can't get rid of it, the Chimera just keeps coming back. Okay. We do have an opportunity for a second Relentless Pursuit. I'm not sure if I do play two, but we'll see. Flicker of Fate is nice. It's a nice little combat trick and also protects your creatures. Skirmisher is an okay card. I don't really like to play it in my decks. I think it comes across quite weak. Pick up these uncommons. And that's actually a really successful first pack. So we do get a rare card in our colour, but 3 mana to search for an enchantment and put it in your hand. Is that really good enough? Is it going to be too slow? You've got to be playing a lot of enchantments to really pull this out, and I don't think it's my kind of card. I think what I'd rather do is pick up either a Unicorn or a Colossus, get some big creatures, or even the Revoke Existence. I think I'm going to go for the Colossus. I always have doubts about these kind of big clunky creatures which are easy to remove, but if they do stick on the battlefield, especially in the end game, they do cause problems. Here it's an easy pickup for me, grabbing the Arachne. It's a very weak creature at the start, but when you bring it back from the graveyard, it's a powerhouse. It deals 4 damage to an opponent's flyer, and there are so many flyers in this format. Here, although this is an excellent card, I'm all about the Warbriar Blessing. I will have 3 or 4 of these in my deck, given the opportunity. Sentinel's Eyes, we already have 1, and it does recur back from the graveyard. So here I think I'm going to go for the Warden. We're going to be playing a lot of enchantments, and whenever we do play an enchantment, we'll gain 2 life, which is always useful. So here, Binding of the Titans is nice. It fills up our graveyard, gains us a little bit of life, and also removes cards from our opponent's graveyard. But there's also the Envoy, which will make our auras cheaper. I'm going to go for a Binding, hoping to pick up an Envoy later on. Okay. Here, a second Storyteller. I think that's perfectly fine. The recursion of these enchantments is going to be really important for us. And I think to thin out our deck, I'm going to go for an Omen of the Hunt. We can use it to grab a basic land card, and we can scry later on in the game. Okay. Nothing really here that we want, so Cetacean Training. Gift of Strength is okay. I don't really like to see myself play it very often. And the second Colossus, nice. Okay. So it's a third Relentless Pursuit. So I really don't need 3 of. I can grab a Bronze Sword. Artifacts are quite weak in this set, in general. Okay, so nothing towards the later end of the pack. Here it's about putting my money where my mouth is. I did say I would play 3 or 4. We did grab 1 Chimera. We've got a Typhon. Okay. Yeah, let's play 3. Why not? And here, I think some excellent black cards. How many creatures do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need more creatures. Let's grab a Viper. Okay. And this isn't ideal for us. Triumphant Surge is nice as a removal spell. Birth of Meletus. But we do need more creatures in general. I think we're going to be okay for removal. So I think I'm going to grab a Hero of the Pride. We need to kind of thin out our early drops. Because we've got a lot of enchantments, I'm going to play the Heliod's Pilgrim. We can search our library for an aura and put it into our hand. Here, so the Rumbling Sentry is a fine card, but in terms of our kind of top game, these are much better. We do get to scry with this though. I think I'm going to play for the Wardens. Okay, Forerunner is a very nice card. It's an enchantment and it gets us in for some damage. It also fills this curve up a little bit. Okay, so let's just, if we put all of sort of these cards just to one side and see where we're going in terms of our creatures. Okay, so this is actually looking quite, so what we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so it's not looking too creature heavy. Let's get a Triumphant Surge. Okay. So do we go for a Corsair or do we go for a second Chimera? I think a Corsair here, just for a little bit of variety. The problem with the Chimera is they only have 1 toughness. And when they come back from the graveyard, they only have 2 toughness. So I think we need to show out our mid game here. Okay, so Hero of the Winds. Whenever you cast a spell that targets it, creatures you control get +1 and +0. It is a flyer. We are lacking flyers. Okay, let's pick it up. A 3rd Warden? Don't think so. Second Corsair. Grove Dance. Okay. So, our deck. So what we've got, 17 creatures, 11 and 11 other. What can we get rid of? I think having these ones is going to be great in order to get us life gain. I don't think we need 2 Corsairs. Hero of the Winds. What can we get rid of? Do we need Omen of the Hunt? I don't know. It is technically a land, so I could drop one of the lands and keep the Omen of the Hunt in. That's something I could do. The games do go slow enough. But other than that, 2 Wardens, Flicker of Fate. So I think perhaps I can get rid of one of the Grove Dancers. Although, in terms of early drops, we are lacking. No, I think I'll be fine actually. Maybe Assassin Training is good in terms of just drawing a card. It replaces itself, so it's more or less a free card in the deck. Okay, so maybe I knock down on 1 Forest. And Hero of the Winds. So the thing about Hero of the Winds is it is nice in terms of having a flyer, which actually we don't have in this deck. And it is something which could cost us the game. The Wardens are good to keep back flyers. Maybe Flicker of Fate can go. And do we cut one more? Do we cut one more card? Relentless Pursuit, Omen of the Hunt. So we're keeping Omen of the Hunt in exchange for another land, which I think is fine. Tessian Training just replaces itself. This is a tricky one. Maybe I get rid of Sentinel's Eyes. I don't know. I don't know. No, I think it's got to be the. I think it's got to be the Tessian Training. It does draw a card, but it is quite weak. It doesn't really add that much, except for Trample, which can be useful here. But I think if we get these out, we're well away. Or do I just play one of these? How many creatures have I got? 16. Maybe I go down to 15 creatures and play the training. Okay, I'm happy with that. Thanks for joining me for the draft portion, and hope you can stick around for the games. So yeah, so the game plan with this is essentially just to survive, really. Okay. So a really bad opening hand. We need more than one land. Okay. So we can pop the Storyteller away. Excellent. So planes, we can pop down the Hero of the Pride. So now, depending on what our opponent plays. Okay, so the Transcending Envoy is nice. I think I am. We need to be quite preserved in terms of the when we play our enchantments. So, for example, if I played it out then, I wouldn't get 2 life from playing out the Wardens. Okay. So Oppo's attacking in. Let's see if they have a further trick. They don't. So that's excellent. Now we know that if I was to play the creatures you control get +1. So I think that if I am to play the Warbriar Blessing on the hero, I gain 2 life, fight this. All of these things are good. I get a nice little 2-for-1 there, and attacking for 5. Perfect. So just by showing that little bit of reservation, you get quite a lot of benefit. Okay, so they're bringing this back from the graveyard, I assume? No? Okay. So let's see. Let's go for combat with the Pride. And I'm playing this now so that I can play out. So if I do pick up another land, I can play it next turn. The Forerunner. This being an enchantment creature will also gain us 2 life. So getting as much life as we can off of these Wardens is essential, especially if we see that the game is going to start to drag out. So the Storyteller, there's no point playing until one of our enchantments dies. Now this is a problem. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oppo should have. Okay. Interesting. What do I do here then? So this is an excellent card. So whenever it deals combat damage to me, it creates a 1/1 creature. Okay, so gain a little bit of life. Now I can attack in with both. Could just get 1 damage in, I guess. Let's see if Oppo has anything. They can use this to take one of them out of combat and block the other, maybe. But it does use up a lot of mana. Wow. Okay. So here actually we could do with this dying so that we could get the Warbriar Blessing back via the Storyteller, attach it to the Forerunner and just kill this envoy. Oppo looks like they didn't really have much. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Okay. So what do we do now then? We can play the hero in. They kind of have to block it. If they block it, that's not too bad for us. But it does mean that now that they've attached the second one, actually this isn't as impactful. And as such, I think I should just play down the Grove Dancer, gain that life, and dig in my library for something that I can use to... Oh, perfect. These 2 cards are excellent. Oh, marvellous. So I'm happy for our opponent to load as much as they possibly can onto this envoy. Archon not ideal, but okay. Is Oppo going to go in for an attack and kill one of the wardens? I would. Nice. So I'm going to go in for 5. 5. So actually, they don't have to. I'm going to go in with everything, just because they kind of have to block the Forerunner, because they can't block one of the Wardens. They could block the Grove Dancer, but then they'd be going down to 1, and that seems silly. So let's see if I can get a bit of extra damage in here. So they can only block either the Forerunner or the Grove Dancer. Okay. And they go down for 3. So they do get an enchantment back, which is fine. Will they get a creature though? They did. They had to get the creature. They have no creatures in hand. So now they're going to play the Sentinel's Eyes on it, presumably. They can't have a third commanding presence. It's an exceptional card. Wow. Okay. Okay, have we got anything else to play out? Feels like they have something. Okay. So, here, I think I Here I think I play the Corsair. Gain myself 4 more life. Now, do I attack in and get them to take 1 damage? Maybe. But then I do lose the Grove Dancer. I don't think I do. Okay, so Daybreak Chimera is a very strong card. I don't really understand why they're going in for the block here. That's fine. Okay, so for me, it's got to be the Loathsome Chimera, I think. Nothing else has got enough power to take this down. Mind you, what do I get? I get... Oh, actually, no. Let's play this out, and we grab the Warbriar Blessing, put it on top of our deck. So then, next turn, we can play the Chimera, and then attack with the Warbriar Blessing. I'm aware that Oppo is slowly building up their hand. Okay, so let's see if they have a counter spell. Let's play the Chimera first. So they might have a counter spell, but I'd rather them get that out of their hand now than us wait. So let's go for the kill here. Again, picking up that life as we go. Nice, so they have the mantle. Okay, so do I just attack in? So they can block 2, they can put 1 out of combat. So if they block those 2, they put this one out of combat, they take 2. They take 2, so I can't kill this though. I think I'd go in. I think it's about time I put pressure on them. So, presumably you block this and this. This dies. This doesn't. Oppo uses this to kick this out of combat. This essentially removes your best creature from the battle. Okay, so remove that. So I lose 1 creature, but Oppo goes down to 1 life, and I've got 5 creatures. They've got 2. They might scoop here. Yeah. Okay. The deck's good. I'm impressed with it. But let's see if we're saying that when we lose the next 3 games. So I don't think we need to make any changes to it. I think we just jump straight in. Okay, so here I think we need to mulligan. It's important to start off with green. What would I get rid of here? So the Moss Pipe is important because it will work really well with the Blessing. I think we get rid of the Surge for now, and hopefully we can shuffle our deck and get it back to near the top by playing one of the Omens out. Okay. So do they have the Omen of the Dead? I don't know. They have something for 1. I'm not attacking. Okay, so that's not ideal. In that we can't use this to kill it. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy to bide my time with these kind of decks. Like I say, we don't want to rush in and use our enchantments and 2 for 1 ourselves. Okay, so happy to take that. See, so Oppo clearly has something. I think here we ping out the Typhon and we pass. So one thing that we don't want is for the Leonian to exile the Typhon, which is what they could do. Sentinel's Eyes, okay. So we could be going for a 2 for 1 here. So this will go in and deal 2 damage, fine. Really. Okay, well let's trade these 2 off. Can't keep taking 3. Okay, so the Viper gets exiled, but that's fine as long as the Typhon doesn't. Oppo's itching to play something here. Idyllic Tutor. Okay, so here that buffs it up to 5. Okay, so here I think, what does it make it? A 4? Okay, so here I think I deal with this on... Let's get in for this now. Before they can play this. Let's start cracking some damage away at them. So Oppo has 2 auras. Underworld Charger, okay. You're not playing the Sentinel's Eyes, isn't it, surely? Oh, lovely. So Oppo, I think, has the Omen. This can't block. Interesting. Okay, so in which case, Oppo definitely has the Omen, which brings out the 2 1/1s. I'm going to attack him with the Ferocious Typhon. Come on, Oppo. I know you're dying to cast it. No, okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't. Okay, so now Leah's Forerunner. Keep grabbing this life. And then we'll see. So let's see what they do with... Let's see what they do with the Commanding Presence. So Commanding Presence is going on this. That's fine. But I would just block with the Forerunner, so it's not going to be fruitful for them. Unless they put both on. They could do. Okay. And then what? Are you going to put the Sentinel's Eyes on as well? I will double block. Force of Will gives... it's Indomitable Will, isn't it? That gives it +1 and +2. Huh. Let's block with the Warden, see what they do. Because now they're in a bit of an issue because I'm swinging in for 9. What have you got, Oppo? Ah, really? Okay. Nice. So I'm swinging in for 9, and I think you have to do something about it. Because this isn't getting them lifelink, is it? It could be, they could still have it and they will triple block this. We wouldn't really want that. In fact, I think that's actually what they do have. They could sacrifice this to fight this, give it pro, but then I can't target it, so that'd be... Let's do that. Let me... Actually, if they're going to get rid of it anyway, I think what I do best is target. But they'll just put this on this, and I'll have to double block, which is fine. It does slow me down. So let's try and attack here. See what they do. I think they're gonna sacrifice the bounty. Okay. Nice. So that's what they had all along then. Okay, that's fine. So let's go in. Because I'm doing fine for life. Wow. Okay, Oppo, that seems quite confident. I wonder if Oppo realises that the Underworld Charger can't block. Okay. Ah, they get the life gain, don't they? Of course. Perfect. So let's go in. Let's go in with both again. Okay. It has got trample. Now I think I wouldn't normally play this out without any value, but I do want to get round them. So I think it's important to do so. Okay. Oppo conceded. So essentially what this deck is about is getting lots of creatures down on the battlefield, making them big, and not letting your opponent make good blocks or good attacks. Perfectly fine. Got a lot more confidence in this deck than I have been recently, and I think that's because I've not been focusing on massive groundbreaking cards. I've been focusing on lots of little cards which will get you there in the long run. Now this is quite a poor opening hand. Got lots of excellent cards but no way to play them, so I'm going to have to mulligan. That's better. And now I think I've got a 2-drop and a 4-drop. I think I'm going to get rid of the Omen of the Hunt. I don't like mulliganing, but sometimes I appreciate you have to. Okay, excellent. We got there with the mana anyway. This could be our day. If we get a Warbriar's Blessing now, I'll be ecstatic. Okay, Elspeth. So hopefully we don't get a Warbriar's Blessing now. Because Elspeth's Nightmare is now going to be very weak. We haven't got anything in our hand that it can discard. And we only have one card in our exile pile. Depending on whether or not we decide to attack this turn. So this could be a trap, but I don't think it is. If Oppo wants to flash something in and kill it, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so do we have... I'd rather this... If Oppo has a counter spell, I'd rather this get countered than the Typhon, because it will get exiled next turn. So yeah, so Oppo has Deny the Divine. Excellent. So we protect our Typhon from thinking ahead a little bit about what our opponents could have. And now this excellent removal spell is for nothing really. Okay, so the Berserker, perfectly fine. I'm more than happy to trade off my Chimera for the Berserker. Oh wow, they actually do want to. Okay. Sure, let's go for it. So now I've got a better card in the Typhon down. Wow, okay. So this is one of the Elder Giants, it's one of the mythic rares. Oppo's very lucky to have picked that up. Okay, so Oppo has something. Put the Grove Dancer down. And now I need to decide whether I'm going to use the Grove Dancer's ability. So Omen of the Dead is excellent, is it's going to get back their Rage Scared Berserker, which is fine. Oppo's 1 green mana short for getting that back. So how many cards does this put in the graveyard? 1. Let's use it. Don't be a Warbride's Blessing. Okay, excellent. So now I'm going to attack in with the Typhon. Trade these 2 off. That's fine. So the Typhon, I need to exile 4 other cards with it. Okay, so pop that in, grab that, and turn. So what do I have? I have 4 cards in the graveyard so far. This is a good card for them. Okay. So now I'm going to pop another card in the graveyard just to make sure. What can I get back? I can get back... No, it's an aura this gets back, isn't it? Oh no, target enchantment. So I can get back my big guy. But I'm not going to... Oh no, I kind of have to because... Yeah. Now that's slightly annoying. Okay, gonna get the Colossus back. Why not? And go. Nice. So what does this do? So at the beginning of the end step, you may exile an enchantment card from your graveyard, and if you do, create a 2/2 zombie. So they've got 1 enchantment card. They're going to possibly put a couple more in now. Okay, nice. There's still 1 green mana short. So they're going to exile their Special Nightmare. Perfect. And my turn. Okay. So why not? Let's grab this out. And we'll attack him with a Storyteller. Really? Okay. Wow. Oppo decided to trade off this card for a Storyteller. It was actually really bad, I think. I'm sure they had a reason. Okay, so Oppo is scrying desperately for their second forest. Remember they put in the... Oh, there's a second forest in the graveyard. And they put in the Traveler's Amulet. It depends how many they're playing. Okay, so I'm going to... I do need to get rid of this Hierophant. And so I'm willing to trade off the Colossus. Okay, so that died because it had Death Touch. But now we're going to get the Typhon back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll keep the Los and Chimera just in case we can get that back. But the 7/7 now, depending on what our opponent plans on doing. Now, presumably they have a... That's a pain. That's a real pain. Now, presumably they will have a Final Death as well in their deck, which might be this card. If they have got it, they will hit it on the Typhon straight away. But no, they went for Euro. That's fine. Now what are they doing? They can play the Charger out, but if they do play the Charger, they'll be removing lots of cards. Okay, they played the Maya's Grasp on that. Interesting. So I'm not going to attack him because they can just get Euro back next turn, and I won't have anything to get it back with. So I'm going to hold my ground slightly. This is going to be could be quite a lengthy match. Okay, that's not ideal at all. They get to go in for free now. It's got indestructible. They didn't attack. I think Oppo made a mistake there, which is fine. You know, not everybody knows the way it works, and I think they're looking at that now. Maybe they skip past it a little bit too fast. Okay, so Scavenger Harpy is going to get rid of this Chimera. I'm actually quite grateful for that, because if I hadn't attacked with the Typhon, they would have killed it and they would have used the Scavenger Harpy to get rid of the Typhon. Now, it's all a matter of time before they find their final death. Okay. So now I'm actually looking for a Warbriar's Blessing. Lampad. Forerunner. I'm just going to keep playing out my creatures because I don't think, with 14 cards left in Oppo's library, they're digging quite a lot. Okay, Acolyte of Affliction is not what we wanted to see. What a shame. What a shame. Let's see what they grab back. Are they thinking about putting something into their graveyard using the Lampads? No? Omen of the Dead. Oh, it's a permanent they can... Ah! Nice, 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 nice. Okay. So now we need to be quite smart with what we do. What do we do here? We can make them... So the Typhon will survive regardless. That I'm sure of. But they have got Omen of the Dead, so we don't want them to use it on Gary. So we want to kind of block Gary as much as possible. Let's go for the Warbriar's Blessing. Obviously on the Typhon. But we'll use it to fight Uro. And then I think we just pass the turn. So Oppo has 11 cards left. Now they've only got 10. 9 cards in the graveyard, so they need to be quite specific about what they're going to be... they sacrificed their own... Okay, that's good. That's good. Nice. 6. But the lifelink isn't the main priority at the minute. The Harpy will go in though, if they remember to attack with it, which they didn't. With the Triumphant Surge, we'll leave that for a time being because they have got quite a lot up with the Lampads, so let's see where they go with that. I could attack him, but they would just kill the Ferocious Typhon, and that's not what we want. Okay, so Oppo's down to 9 cards. What are they thinking? They can play this, of course they can. But by playing that, it draws them another card. Yes, it does give them more life. That's fine. One of those cards will land. So what do we have? 3, 7, 10, 10 and 10, 11, 12, 13. So they should have 4 more. They should have 4 more lands. Not ideal. Not ideal. Why are they playing this? I mean, obviously it's working, but okay. So whenever I draw a card, okay. I mean, what do I do here? What do I do here? They can attack in with enough. Let's just play this on the Typhon. So if I was to attack him, just hypothetically, 6, presumably they would stick this and then a couple of these smaller creatures on it, which I could then kill the Berserker. I don't think they could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they'd have to stick both of these on, but then why would they stick more on? The reason I'm thinking of attacking is because I don't want them to attack me and then start using this stuff. How many cards have they got? 8. I would be able to get this back. And there. Let's go for it. Let's see if I can just let's see if we're going to be a little bit cheeky here. I want them to block with that harpy. Oh, you're joking me. They have another recursion. Now, Oppo's forgetting this has got trample. I don't think they care at this stage. But it does stop them attacking back in, which is one of my fears. So they go for your... Okay, that's risky. Only the... Oh, you are joking me. Nice, nice, nice. Well done. Good game. Ah, what a shame. Had no idea they had that, but they obviously did, and that's what they were digging for. Yeah, that's a nice little game. Okay. 2 wins, 1 loss. Let's see where we go from here. Okay, so this is a nice little start. Moss Viper into the Warbriar's Blessing, and we could actually make ourselves a huge Death Touch snake. Happy with that. Let's see what cards they're playing with. Oh, nice. Jace. Okay, let's go for it. Now, of course, we could wait until Nexus Wardens comes out. No need to play the Warbriar Blessing yet. Let's see what they play now. Something with less than 3 power would be ideal. Okay. So in this instance, we will then drop the Warden. Still attacking with the Snake because they can't block. We, of course, have got a great block with the Warden on the Charger. They're reading it. Do they have a kill spell? They're wondering which to get rid of. Okay, so they have Mogus's Favour, which they have Mogus's Favour. Okay. And so I probably don't want them to use that just yet. They might use it on the Viper though now. Okay, nice. So here's a little bit tricky for us. I think I'm going to play out Hydra's Growth on the Snake. Gains us a little bit of life. Pumps that and allows us to play the Arachnia. So at the minute the Arachnia is quite weak. Very much happy just to kind of use it as a blocker. But depending on what Oppo does this turn, things could start dying really quickly. So throw this in front of. Actually, let's get the combat trick out of their hand, because we know they've got Mogus's favour. So they're going to play that on the Wardens, or maybe they're not. Interesting. Okay, so do we go all in? I can play this and try and prompt something from them. They definitely have something. So they could have a mantle, which if they do, that's fine. Gain that 2 life. Oh wow. Maybe they have the Omen of the Dead. Maybe that's what they have. Maybe that's why it keeps stalling. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Oh, that was sloppy. Very sloppy play. Okay. Well, happy for them to buff the charger. We can kill it with Triumphant Surge. Final death on the Nexus Wardens. Are we real? Wow, okay. In which case, we'll get the Storyteller. And... Hydra's Growth or the Blessing. We have another Blessing. I think we go for Hydra's Growth. I think it's so kind of cocky that it might just work. What a target though! For they must have a second one in their hand for the Storyteller. I mean, it wasn't doing that much damage. Okay, so the Hierophant, nice. Oh, some decent cards to lose for Oppo. And so here I think I'm going to go with the Storyteller and see what they have to do. I mean, they have to block with the Hierophant, right? Nice. So we're going to play the Typhon. Now we don't want the Typhon to get exiled. What does this? This destroys. Okay, nice. Okay, so here I think I go in with. Here I think I go in with both. Can I get this back yet? No. Okay, so I'm going to go in with both now. Let's see what Oppo does. So Enemy of Enlightenment is good, but it's just a little it's just a little clumsy. Now Oppo's in a weird position here because they have to make nice. They have to make some blocks. They can't just take 7. Okay. Yeah. That's probably for the best, actually. And now what do we do? So Oppo's going to make me discard a card. I could get the I need to get the Hydra's Growth going, though, I guess. Okay, so we both discard a card. I discard the planes. Oppo discards... Okay, the Piper. So the thing is now... Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And the lionfish. Okay. Really? No box. Excellent. Okay, so this is now bigger. Triumphant's... Really? Is that how that works? Surely not. I think I can't cast it because it's not got a target. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so... Gonna go in with the... I could be in trouble here, actually. I could be in trouble. Do I even go in? I think I do. Okay, so... Let's go in with the... Let's go in with the storyteller. Oppo can kill it, but they'd have to get rid of 2 creatures. They opt not to. Okay. So, end turn. We discard the Warden, sadly. So what I'm looking for is a land. Fast as Oracle. Great card for them. Excellent card. So I'm looking for a land so that I can play the land and then play the Triumphant Surge. No, I don't actually have to because Oppo discard that for me. Beautiful. So here we go. Excellent. Nice. So, that's exactly what I wanted. So we don't need a land now. But of course we're going to get one. Warbriar's Blessing would be excellent. Okay, so I'm going to attack him because Oppo needs to start making some blocks. Oppo can't kill any of my creatures. Remember that this can't block. So Oppo's going to take 3. Okay, so this can pump itself. And I'm playing the planes just so that I can maybe play the Typhon next turn. However, if Oppo doesn't have a creature spell, they can't attack. So obviously they do, but can they still play it? Is the question. It's a very grindy game. I think we have it. Okay. Nice. That's an excellent card. So we're going to go with both. What's Oppo got? Have they got Omen of the Dead? What would they get back with that? I'm not sure. Let's not worry about that. They currently have to block the Chain Web Arachnia. Death Touch? No? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Deny the Divine? Or Omen of the Dead? You've got one of them. Come on, Oppo. Okay, so what's Oppo got in hand? Nothing. Excellent game. It's just... We're just actually a powerhouse. I mean, our enchantments help us get through our opponent's sort of early draws. And by the time they can stabilise, we've done so much damage to them that they can't actually make a comeback. So they're just on the defensive all the time as our creatures are getting bigger. So 3 wins, 1 losses. This has been actually a really good draft so far. Nice. Okay, so not the best start, but we can get the Arachner out. Oppo had to mulligan, so we're working towards the Omen of the Hunt here. Get the Arachner out for some potentially early damage. Oh, that's absolutely perfect for us. So we keep the Warbriar Blessing. We don't want to use that prematurely. Awesome. So I think we let's use the we definitely want a land next turn is the problem. What should we do here? Okay, because we definitely want the land, we're going to use the Omen of the Hunt. Searching our land for the plains, which we can put down. Awesome. So a little bit of ramp. If we do pick up another land, we're going to slam the Forerunner. Excellent. Okay, so let's what should we do here? We don't really need the Warbriar's Blessing here. I think we can use our mana efficiently and go for Hero of the Winds. Remember, we don't want to play the Storyteller out until we've got rid of the Warbriar Blessing. Okay, so Oppo is red-white. So they clearly have a Constellation card. Do I want to get it out of their hand? I think... I think I do. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Keep-Waru. What do you think we should do here? I think so. The Hero of the Winds is not too important for me. We do get that kind of +1. Okay, so I'm going to play the Arachner. No, because I'm not going to. They're just going to walk all over it, aren't they? Let's just let them do what they intend to do. Hopefully they'll tap themselves out. Excellent. So here we can play the Warbriar Blessing on the Hero of the Winds. So creatures you control get +1 in them, which is fine for us. And just to deal with that. And here, I think I'm just happy to get this 2 damage in actually. We're going to be wanting to play the Chimera quite soon. Sentinel's Eyes, okay. So do we let the Arachner go now? I think we do. Remember, it's not an essential part of our game plan. We're just trying to... The purpose of this deck is to just really wear our opponents down. Okay. Okay, that's fair enough. Let's play the Forerunner. So this can get back a target enchantment card. So although we'd love to get the Warbriar Blessing down, we're more than happy with picking this Forerunner back up. That's not good, however. I think we're going to have to take... oh, it's first strike, isn't it? There might not be anything we can do about this. That's not good at all. Not good at all. Okay. So, what do we do here then? Let's have a little dig in our library. Let's see what we can pull out. Better for our opponent than it was us. Okay. Here we have a problem. This is actually a perfect combination. The Maze Warden with the Commanding Presence. It might be something that we can't beat at this point. So happy to throw the Chimera in front of this attack just for the time being. Okay. Wow, Dread Flapathy. Nice, 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 nice. All of these things are very good. 2, so just getting a little bit of life. So what do we do with this on the third one? Return target creature card from a graveyard to your hand. That's not really good enough for us, is it? So our problem here is what? Do we have anything? I don't think we do. Okay. So Relentless Pursuit. Let's keep digging. Nyxborn Colossus is good. Let's go. Let's go indeed. Yeah. Okay, so we do have an out. Ah, no, because they can just pump it. Okay, so actually I need... Okay, can't do anything here. They can just pump this infinitely. I think we're going to have to chalk this up as a loss, everybody. Cool. Let's keep digging. No. Nowhere near good enough for what we need. Okay. So. Seven, 4. Okay, so Heliod's Pilgrim, maybe? Okay, so essentially I need to grab this and do Warbriar's Blessing on it twice? Okay. So let's get the Storyteller down and grab ourselves a Blessing. Ah, no, you're joking. I should have played the Pilgrim first. Ah, disaster. So, oh no, I can still play the Pilgrim and just grab the Warbriar's Blessing. It's not ideal. That was very sloppy play. Very sloppy play. Definitely search. So we can go. We can go. Sentinel's Eyes. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sentinel's Eyes and the Warbride's Blessing. No, I don't think it's good enough, is it? So let's grab the Warbride's Blessing. And we have to pass the turn now. Vigilance and First Strike. Oh, you are joking me. Excellent card. Okay. So we're nearly there in terms of defeating this Maze Warden, but at the cost of losing all of our life. What would the Chimera do? 5 something or other. No, because we play this, it just dies. So sadly we need to play the Corsair for the time being. And I don't think we have nearly enough life to see this out. But I'm always up for dragging out a game. Okay, so Oppo scry the card to the top regardless. If I had a Dreadful Apathy in this deck, it would be sensational. But we don't. Okay. They chip away. So. I mean, the only thing I can really do here is, what is this? This becomes a 4. What does it become? It becomes a 4/5, 4/7. They have to type it out. Yeah, it's not good. Good game, Oppo. Good game. Nice, and they can even get me from the back. Okay, no point dwelling on that game even further. And then on to what could be the last game of the day. Was that 3 wins, 2 losses? Yeah, 3 wins, 2 losses. Okay, more than happy to keep this. Got a 1-drop, got a 2-drop. Depends how aggressive we want to be, and I think we actually do want to be quite aggressive here. Oppo mould, so that's beneficial for us. It's going to be a long time till we get to the Colossus. Okay, Oppo has a binding of their own. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see what they mould. Okay, Careless Celebrant. I'm still quite up on Careless Celebrant, to be honest. They should have exiled Plains as well. How interesting. Okay, so here I think I'm going to... do I go for the Pilgrim and then get a fight spell? Or do I go for the Wardens to block this off? So there's nothing in the graveyard yet that I need. So I'm going to search for an aura. I'm going to go for... Do I go for this fight spell or do I go for the Hydra's Growth? I'm going to go for Hydra's Growth. And no attacks. Just be trading off 1 point of damage, and I'm not really about that. So they're going to bring the Careless Celebrant back, which is fine. Or a land. They're bringing the land. No, Careless Celebrant. Yeah. So Oppo might be quite weak in terms of what they have in their hand. Careless Celebrant really isn't that good of a card. So what are you thinking, Oppo? So they have something. I think that do they have a some sort of sacrifice engine for this Careless Celebrant? That now they know I've got the Hydra's Growth, they're going to try and 2-for-1 me? Maybe. Well, that was a bit of an anticlimax. I think now I go for... Now I think I go for the... So I'm trying to get Oppo to 2-for-1 me. Or at least try to. The reason being is that I want to try and clear the path of this Careless Celebrant for something else. Now, are they going to take these two out? If they do, that would be excellent for me. Because presumably they're not going to take 8 damage. Okay. So where's this extra 2 damage going? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Binding of the Titans. Okay, so I got rid of the Final Flare. Wow, I got rid of quite a lot of good cards. Typhon is in my graveyard. Not ideal, but that's where we are. Attacking with a Familiar, maybe? Okay. So choose up to 2. Ah, so I can get rid of them, can't I? Easy choices there. And here I think I go for Sentinels, Eyes. So here I think I go for the Nexus Warden and accompany it with so they have 5. I could deal 3 there. Get rid of these 2. Perfect. Okay. So I'm gaining life and I'm doing little bits. I'm trying to, as in the last game, I'm trying to, now that they've got these big creatures, I'm just trying to lure them out. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, that's fine. So target creature card would be, for me, this Storyteller because... Oh, actually, no, it's going to be the Typhon in this stage. The Storyteller is good in that it can get me back an enchantment, but I would only really be losing Sentinel's Eyes, which I can play quite cheaply anyway. Although I could get back the Binding. Can I do that? So return target creature card to your hand. So I return this back and then I can get a target enchantment card back from the graveyard to the top of my library. So this is an enchantment card. Could mill my opponent. That seems good for me. Now Oppo's deciding what to do. They can attack him with this, but I'll just block with these 2. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Now we're in a little bit of trouble. We are in a little bit of trouble now. I must admit, that's not ideal. I'm happy to take 5 here, though. No blocks. I know the deal. Okay, so. What do we reckon? I can block favourably if I get the Typhon back. It might just have to be that, sadly. Okay. So now I've got some really good blocks. The Familiar we're not too fussed about. We can kill that when we get the Arachnid back in the next turn or so. Well, Oppo is very much stringing me out. You've only got two cards to choose from, Oppo. Ah, what do they have? What do they have? Oh wow, okay. I'm happy with that. And then you're going to get this back from the graveyard. Because if you are, that's fine by me. Nice. Okay, so our options here. Shall I bring this back? Exile, what would I need to do? 4 other cards? I think that's fine. So we want to keep this. So we get rid of Pilgrim, this, and... Oh, actually. No, we could probably keep that and get rid of that. Just on the off chance. So, this is why we like Chain Web Arachnid. It's a very early card that we can just throw in front of things, but when it comes back, it deals that damage to a flyer. And flyers in this format, you need to be dealing with them as soon as possible, or people just put lots of enchantments on them, and we kind of get lost in that system. So I assume Oppo is going to bring this Chimera back. Nice. Happy for them to reduce down their graveyard. So decisions to be made here are Oppo has this will buff, so that'll be 8. Okay. So here I think I draw a card. Gain some life, draw a card. Play that. So this will only make it 7 maximum. Wardens? Do I play the Wardens? Maybe. And then, no. I can't really get rid of anything just yet. So, happy to sit back on this. Next turn, however, Oppo's going to be in trouble unless they deal with the Arachnid. Because I'm going to suit it up with the Hydra's Growth. And we're going to start swinging. They could, of course, go in with the Chimeras. As soon as we pick up another green, we can also play the Nyxborn Colossus, which will be a powerhouse. Okay, we've got that now. What do we do then? What do we do? Do we go for it? Maybe. Let's go for a Relentless Pursuit first. We'll grab a 4 in there. Easy. And we'll suit up one of the... actually, we'll suit up the Arachnid. And maybe even one of the Wardens. Getting rid of the Relentless Pursuit and the Omen. Awesome. Now Oppo is in trouble here. Going to be popping in a... So, what do they have? They have enough power to defeat that. So, getting 4 life a turn is nothing to be sniffed at. But this is going to get huge in a second. Wow. All the Loathsome Chimeras. Four, 8, 4, 8, 11, 14, 19. Let's cancel. No attacks. No attacks. Okay. Nice. We've maybe waited a little bit too long with the Arachno, but as long as you get the win. I also didn't want to risk it because they can just bring those Chimeras back where we can't bring the Hydra's growth back. Okay, so 4 wins, 2 losses. Let's jump straight in. Okay, so too slow of a start for us, and the mulligan wasn't much better, I must admit. Let's pop the Hero of the Winds in the side. Hopefully we can draw a forest. Not looking so good for us. It'd be a shame to lose like this, I must admit. But it's one of those... Ah, look at this, come on. What a shame. Nice. Okay, so at the minute I'm very happy to trade these 2 off. Although it might not come to that. Open to the Forge. Yeah, nice. So we're not doing too well here. So the Corsair isn't too bad at keeping them at bay slightly, but they've had a really fast start. GG. Sadly, that's the way it goes. We went 3 turns without picking up any mana, and we only had we only drew green cards really. But you know what? The deck has the deck's performed really strongly. Possibly needed a couple more enchantments such as Dreadful Apathy, just to really consolidate. Being able to get rid of our opponent's big creatures was something that we struggled with throughout. There was 2 games where our opponents had really dominant creatures, and our creatures we just couldn't grow in time in order to beat them. So yeah, so really happy to collect the gems and the packs. It was a much better draft than we've been having recently, and I think I would like to explore that white-green archetype a little bit more. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've been R_Dean. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and follow me on YouTube and Twitch at R_Dean. Hope to see you again soon.